are farmer guessing again today. We got the Kubota little farm UTV that we use for a ton of stuff out here. We got it at an auction pretty cheap, and she's pretty rough looking. You can see the seat has been cracked quite a bit. Hey, look who it is. Farmer Mabel.
Farmer Mabel.
And this driver's side is even worse. So we're gonna pull this seat off and fix her up. How do we pull it off, Mabel? I'm gonna flip it up.
Oh.
There's a little pin here, pin on the other side.
Daddy, you got me.
All right, we're gonna take this off real quick.
We're gonna pull off the old cover.
Yep, so we've got the seat off, it's all torn up. We're gonna pull off this old cover.
How are you gonna do that?
How are we gonna do it? What do you notice around this seat cover? What do these things look like?
Needles.
They kind of do look like needles. There's little staples. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these brackets off for the seat, and then we're just gonna pull all these staples. And you can see, it looks like it's gonna be interesting because this is sort of stuck. The foam is stuck to the fabric. So once we get it all pulled off, we'll see what we're left with. So we are gonna get started. So we got a little tiny mini pry bar here, kind of like a screwdriver, and it works good. You just sort of get it in there and pry them up, pry them up, pry them up. And we're just gonna work our way around. Corners are always stapled a little bit extra because you got all that extra material there. So we're just gonna keep working them around. So we got the cover off. As you can see, it's in multiple pieces. It was pretty bad. And we are left with this nasty looking pad, and you can see this is the part was exposed. It's all dirty. I'll get it for you in a second. So what we're gonna do is actually kind of trim this and replace it. We got some padding off of eBay here. It's like I think a 4-inch padding. So I think rather than replace all of this, we'll maybe just kind of use part of it as a template, and then we'll cover it with that so we have a nice smooth bottom. So in order to keep kind of the base shape, we're gonna leave a little bit of that bottom foam. Obviously the top, we don't want it because it's all jacked up. But we use the super official method of a marker and the cap and dragging it around the bench to give us a line all the way around. And then we're gonna use our Sawzall, excuse me, with a long blade to cut it off. We got our base board, and we're gonna trim out our new foam. The front edge here, which is our edge with the 2 bolt holes and the pivot there, we're gonna keep that nice and smooth. So we've got this just flushed up, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll have to round this corner. We'll have to round this corner. And then essentially we'll just kind of come down the back there, and we're just gonna cut this with the Sawzall and do our best to keep the blade straight up and down. So we've got our foam sheet cut. You can see we did pretty good, actually. It worked really well with the Sawzall. The corners we did not round real much. On the big corner up front, we just really trimmed the edge off here. I'm thinking when we wrap that corner with the vinyl, just make it extra tight. There's what we cut out, that sort of hacked up piece for the base. Honestly, we probably don't even need to use it, but we're gonna. This is the bottom. You can see all the staple holes. So really all we're gonna do now is leave this like this. We'll stack this foam on top of it, stack this board on top of it. We'll put this, again, vinyl we got on eBay. I don't know if it's the official Kubota gray, but it is gray. Underneath it, and we will start stapling. So we've got our foam sandwich, vinyl upside down, new foam, old foam, board. And basically all we're gonna start doing now is pulling and stretching. Pull, stretch, and staple. We're gonna get started. And bingo, just like that, we're done. I'm kidding. We cut our template out, or basically just stretched it around, cut the excess off, and tacked it in a couple spots. So now we just go around and basically stitch it up like it was before, pull it nice and tight, and put in a ton of staples. So we've got it stretched around. We just screwed our brackets back in. And the corners, if you want to actually learn how to upholstery, you probably should YouTube that. because I just wrapped the corners sort of like Christmas presents. And just like that, Farmer Mom tries to get out of the way, but what do we got, Mabel?
We got a new Kubota.
Yeah, just like that. Totally new Kubota. New seat. She looks good, good, good. Got you anyway, Farmer Mom.
Mama.
And look at that. Seat looks real fresh. No more messed up foam. Shop Pro for a couple upholstery projects. And you can see the very last staple, it started to get a little sketchy. Actually, we started to get some jams in it. It blew up on us. The spring came out, the whole carrier for the staples came out. So apparently that's a sign that if you're gonna do much, you probably should buy a little nicer version.